time to make supper, and tonight we are not going to go to our book. We're going to do something that could be fun for everyone. Pizza. We're going to make pizza. There's a lot of ways you can make pizza. We're just going to give you a simple way that you can do with your kids or just yourself, however you want to do it. And the pizza we're going to make is what most people would probably call the garbage pizza, which basically means it has a little of this, a little of that, a little of everything. And we're going to get started. It's really easy. And I think if you want to do this with the kids, you just get the table, you pre-get all the ingredients, put them in the middle of the table, give each one a little bowl, thing of dough, and let them go to town, make a shape, make their shape of it, and then put them all on the cookie sheet and pop them in the oven. We're going to be using our little oven, our toaster oven, and we are going to be making this really easy, and I found that this dough is really good. It's Pillsbury's pizza crust. It's very big. We're going to be putting it on a smaller pan. May or may not use all of it. Let's see. And we're going to get started. First we're going to open this magic pan of dough that's going to explode all over me. Or not explode at all. Yes, you're supposed to push it with a fork. Hit it on the counter. It will pop open. Okay. We're going to put this on here so we can see how big it's going to be. Looks like it opens right here. Now, a lot of people grab a rolling pin and try to roll the pizza dough. Don't try to do that. If you notice, it kind of boings. When you pull on it, it goes right back because it's elastic. So you're going to pull on it until it's the size you want. That's why those guys throw it in the air and stuff. Just kind of give it a little yank here and there. One thing you got that hangs over the side. This particular dough says that we should put it on and then bake it for a few minutes. So I'm going to go ahead while we're doing this. I'm going to move this all out of the way. Get my oven going. It says to bake it. Let's see if I can get this. It says to bake it for about 8 minutes at 400 degrees before putting the toppings on. Not sure why, but we'll follow the directions and see what we get. Okay, so now we put a little bit of grease because it says to grease our pan. We'll put this on here. All nicely stretched out. Got a little rip there. Fix them. Now, I wanted to put some flavor into the crust. So, what we're going to do is this is about 2 tablespoons of butter, about a tablespoon of minced garlic, and about the same of granulated garlic and Italian seasoning, all the same. About a teaspoon of all the others in each one. And we're going to put this in the microwave. And then what we're going to do is we're going to brush that all onto the crust. We're going to let our oven heat up. This is our new little toy, and well used. And then when this beeps over here, we're going to brush that all on here to just give it some little added flavor to the crust. Don't worry about any overhang on your pan. You can always roll it in and make it the crust. For some reason, it just does not want to stay together right there. If you want, add a little more butter. If you don't think it's enough butter, add a little more butter to it. And we're going to brush the entire crust with it. Fold this up a little bit, make a little crust on the sides. And it has to be perfect. That's the one thing about it too. You can let the kids make it. They can make a circle, square, make a triangle, whatever they want to make. It's for your family, it's for fun. It does not have to be the perfect pizza. Right? I'm trying to ask my cameraman who's extremely quiet today. Usually by now he's made 6 or 7 jokes.
I've gotten into serious filmmaking.
Oh, yeah. Dab a little of this on the sides. Garlic is very good for you too.
Keeps away vampires.
Yes, but it also helps with your blood pressure. If you want, if you don't think there's enough Italian, you can sprinkle on a little bit more just on top. And man, the one thing I like too is a little bit of Parmesan in it. We're gonna have a pizza before we have a pizza.
Little bit?
Just a little on there to cook.
You're a garlic and Parmesan addict.
Mm-hmm. Good for you. Okay, and we're gonna pop this in the oven and we will be back in 8 minutes.
Okie dokie.
Okay, well, we cooked it for 8 minutes and as you can see it's got nice, all the garlic is nicely toasted. It's nicely toasted. You don't have to pre-cook it. It just keeps it from the crust being soggy later. If you're going to do it with kids, I would completely cool it before you give it to them to put the toppings on. We're going to be using this. I love this bottle. It's a little squeezy bottle for it because I don't like a lot of sauce on my pizza. But this way they can put as much sauce as you want. We're just going to start putting our toppings on. A little sauce. Use back the spoon. Spread out what you want. Got a little bubble there. Yeah, if you don't cook it, if you don't pre-cook it, you will take longer to cook. That's the one thing I love about this. You can put as much or as little as your sweet butter. So, crust puffed up nicely. There we go. Just enough to cover. Don't want to drown the pizza. And we're going to put a little bit of cheese, not a lot, just to get everything to stick, to stay. And we're using, this is a pizza blend. It looks like it's mozzarella, smoked flavored provolone, Parmesan, and Romano cheese. A whole bunch of cheese. I'm just going to put a little bit on the bottom to get our toppings to stick. And then we're going to go down the line and we're going to start putting toppings on. This is rotelli. We like a little bit of spice, so this is the hot rotelli tomatoes. We're going to put a few tomatoes on here. Just going to spread them around, give them a little bit of heat in the... So you don't need a lot. When you have that, you put that in the fridge, you got it for a lot of things. And everybody's favorite, every kid's favorite, pepperoni. We'll start with some pepperoni. We're gonna line them up across the pizza. This is where the kids can get creative. Make a face, make a whatever they want, a sun. I don't know, what else can you make with pepperoni? Just whatever you want. A boat, a house. Pepperoni on there. There you go. And you're going to see why we call this the garbage pizza. There, we're into that. Now we're going to move on. And this, and all of this can be pre-made in advance, so you have it ready to go and it's cooled in the fridge so the kids can touch it. Some bacon. It's usually best. I might not have cooked this quite crispy enough, so I may have to use a knife to cut it. Instead, usually if you make it crispy enough, you can just crunch it over the top. We're going to go ahead and use our little cutting board here, and we're just going to cut it up. Watch your fingers. Don't let the kids do this. This is why you would probably crumble it into the bowl beforehand if they like it. You can always put out whatever they like. If you want, make a spaghetti-o pizza. Okay. I'm going to take this now, we're gonna crumble this around. And for us, bacon, you never have too much bacon. And the nice thing about this is if you make enough of it in advance, you can have some tomorrow and you have to have it for breakfast or mix it in with something. Okay. So now we have our bacon on there. And now we're gonna move down. We do have another meat we're gonna put on there. It's sausage. Sausage, you can use ground sausage. These are just sausage links. You can get any kind you want. You can get sausage patties. I'm just gonna chop up some chunks of these sausage links. So that's all our meat, and that was our sausage links. And now we're gonna move down and we're gonna put some vegetables on here. We pre-cut up some onions. I know, kids, onions.
I don't need to do close-up of vegetables.
Peppers. And then we're just gonna sprinkle some red pepper. This, you can get this at the store pre-cut for you if you so desire. Or you can just cut up some up and then you have it in the fridge, like I said, for make an omelet in the morning. Or maybe for tomorrow night's dinner or something to add to tomorrow night's dinner. Some onion. Okay. So you don't have to put a ton, just a little. And now we have black olives. I just slice these. The best way to buy these is whole in a can. Cut them up for yourself. It's cheaper. And you can't, oops, you can have some later too if you want to chop them. I like black olives. And this is for my husband who likes spicy jalapenos. Don't have to add the jalapenos. Like I said, flavor for everybody. Some people would put pineapple on here. It's not one of my favorites.
If you're diabetic, jalapenos help regulate your blood sugar.
Yeah, spicy always helps with that. All right, so there is our jalapenos. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our last layer on, and this is what I do. I like the garlic, it's good for you. We're gonna sprinkle the top, that's all. Just sprinkle the top, don't kill it. A little bit of the Italian seasoning on the top. And then we're gonna start with our cheeses. We do a little bit of the Parm. The pizza, regular shredded, the same cheese we put on the bottom. And then what I like is I pre-cut the mozzarella cheese in the chunk. And then we just put slices across the top. This is not by far a diet.
Nope, and with the weight of it afterwards, you'll get your arms toned up.
This particular one, it will get bigger if you use a bigger sheet, okay? Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get this back in our oven. We have all our toppings on it now. And we're gonna get this back in the oven. Remember, your pan may still be hot. If you're doing it for yourself, it may still be hot. Okay, I'm gonna put this back in here. And it's supposed to cook it for another 10 minutes. Timer set. And there she goes. And we'll be back in 10. We're gonna check to see if our pizza's ready to come out. And it's all based on your own, what you like. Okay, this is what ours looks like right now. And we'll look underneath. My husband likes the crust crunchy, so I'm gonna go a couple more minutes. It's not quite crunchy enough for him. Minutes, because he likes the bottom a little crispier. And like I said, you can do whatever temp you want. That's a little firmer now. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and take this right off the pan. Put it on our cutting board. This is so hot. Okay. All right, and this is our lovely pizza. You can see the crust came up real nice. Everything looks well cooked. And we're ready to cut. Now, you can cut it however you want for your kids. If they like little pieces, make it. This is a square. It's kind of hard to cut into anything else, but it's just my husband and I. So we're going to cut this one in half. Yeah, I can hear a little bit of the crunch on the crust when I'm cutting.
Good when it's crunchy.
And then we're going to cut this one this way again. And there we have it. It's crunchy all the way through. And there we have our pizza is now cooked. And pizza is one of the easiest things. We'll try to find some more recipes for pizza crust other than poppin' fresh. I mean, you can teach the kids to make it. You can do it from flour. You can do it from Bisquick. They actually sell frozen, yeah, it's frozen, lumps of pizza dough at stores. You can get that. One thing I wanted to mention too is if you wanted to too, if you're really into the cheese, before you put the edges up, take like a mozzarella stick, maybe break it smaller or however you want to do it, put the whole stick in if you want, and then fold the crust around it and do it that way, and you'll have a nice cheesy crust on it. There's a lot of things you can do. Like I said, have fun. That's what making pizza is all about, is having fun. Play with you let the kids play with it. There's no wrong way to make a pizza. Make a breakfast pizza, make
taste test.
buffalo.
Taste test. Look at all that cheese.
So look at all that nice and done. Nice. All right, he wants a taste test. I'm gonna try to hold this.
All right.
And it's still hot. I think it's delicious.
And
Pizza. I normally say, if I can make it, you can make it. I think anybody can make a pizza. But it's better than frozen. That's for sure.
better than Domino's?
Yes.
Think so? What
I
about
haven't
Pizza
had
Hut?
Domino's in a long time, so I don't know. But it's not New York pizza. But it's delicious. It's wonderful. So have fun and go make a pizza.